Introducing managing moderators. But in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat mods in live. Yeah, no thanks. I just need goddamn the rent squad. Man, YouTube constantly changing shit. Probably gonna be live for a minute anyway. I don't expect too many gonna show up. My YouTube been acting funny all day. Well, actually, it's been acting funny all week, and it's not proprietary to the day. Mitch Pyro Binks, 66. What's up, fellas? How's everything going? I hope everybody had a good week. It's Friday. We're going into the weekend. This is my weekend off. Crossfire Pyro 3 in the house. I don't know what the 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I guess it's telling me. I don't know what that's telling me. YouTube done changed the whole schematic of the live streams now. Not only that, half my apps switched up. My pick app done changed. My video app done change. Like everything changed up at the same time. That's crazy. We got 4 in the house. 3 let themselves be known. I appreciate it. Hope everybody's had a good week. We're going into the weekend. I hope you're having good weather coming up. I know fall is in the air. Not quite here. We're still in the upper 80s. But fall ain't that far around the corner. Oh, whoever that 4th person was, they bounced up out of here. You already know. They probably had a star attached to their name. Yes, me as well. Actually, a friend of mine just pulled up a few minutes ago, and he owed me a few bucks, so he gave me the money. But at the same time, he had an open bottle of Hennessy, so he poured me up a big ass cup, and I drank like half of it real quick. So that's gonna probably kick in like 10, 15 minutes. I wonder if he wasn't sent from the other side, but I saw him pull the seal off. So, but yeah, man, if you saw my post, you already know, man. Crazy, crazy times we in. Something does not seem right about what the fuck is going on. And nobody seems to be calling this shit out, at least not on YouTube anyway. You gotta go to Rumble if y'all want the truth on what's going on. You know YouTube, man, if you try to tell the truth, your channel is X'd out and gone. Hillbilly in the house. What's up, my man? Chiming in from the Philippines. Oh, I see you changed his name too. Hillbilly in the Philippines. That's pretty cool. E. Rodriguez. What's up, my boy? Oh, shit. 17 jumped in here real quick. I don't even care about the likes. If you want to hit the like, you can. It don't matter. I don't even know if this live stream is stay up because I know YouTube flagged me 2 weeks ago for comments I left on somebody else's channel. And they weren't even bad comments either. It was just the truth. That channel spreading false news. And when you try to correct them, they report you, and YouTube is obviously not on our side. I don't even mean left or right. I just mean truth. This shit is fucking crazy what's going on, man. You're seeing dudes get shot on TV. And then when you go back and look at the footage, I don't even think dude was actually shot on TV. That's crazy. The footage they broke down on Rumble looks like he had an exploding mic on him. and say, "Oh, exploding mic! How the hell they do something like that?" Man, these motherfuckers gave out thousands of exploding pagers 10 years ago. So how would they not know how to blow up a mic? I advise everybody to start your Rumble page and start following the real people that's trying to tell y'all shit. Because you're not going to get no truth off of YouTube. High range mic, what's up? No, this ain't a left or a right thing. That shit been went out the window. Now it's just strictly division. Keep us all divided. And I don't even think it's a rich or a poor. I think it's the ultra rich running this shit. I mean, these motherfuckers told us during COVID, got on TV and told us to go kitty. One of them anyway. And I got kitties too, hillbilly. That's a yard kitty. Which he actually shouldn't be here right now because normally I walk my dog this time. Um, they told you 80% of the population of the world got to go. I am on my way. Your time is almost up. For sure, my guy. Trust me. Hey, come see me. I ain't out here alone. Yeah, I got this weekend off. Kitty finna take a hike. Kitty shouldn't even be here right now because if Big Dog came out, it'd be a problem. But yeah, man, this shit is crazy. It just seemed like somebody above both parties, which is weird. And everybody keeps saying, oh, it's a distraction from the Epstein files. No, it's not, because the Epstein files got both parties in there. You think you're ever going to see the Epstein files? Trust me, you won't be alive when that shit gets released. Your kids may not even be alive when that shit gets released. They ain't dropping that shit. That's a compromise tactic. They're going to give you all the money you need to get in office, and then they're going to give you hookers, blow, kids, whatever it is you want. But you got to do it on camera just to make sure they got you. Our entire political system is corrupted. Trump is a false flag. No, most people are not listening. Most people want to, they're sheep. Most people are sheep. They don't want a disruption to what's going on. They blue pills. They want to, take the blue pill and stay in the matrix and all that other shit. They don't want out. They don't want to know what's going on. Their life is just good enough to want to stay in. But they don't realize what you got going on today may not be what the ultra wealthy or elite got planned for you in 6 months. And it sort of seems like things have sped up recently. The fact that they could take a chance and knock that dude off on TV, that's crazy. That little fucking fake trans dude, he ain't pull that shit. He didn't do that. He didn't make that trigger. I know what a 30-06 does. I've seen what a 30-06 does to a deer hit in the shoulder. And you're going to tell me this man got shot in the neck with a 30-06? Come on, man. Come on, man. His head would have popped off with that shit. The sheer energy alone with the bullet would have knocked his head clean off. They would have been better off telling us it was a fucking 22 Hornet or a fucking, hell, a 223. I would have believed that. But a 30-06, come on, man. I've seen that shit blow right through a deer, destroy bones and blow out the other side. Then they come out and say, oh, his bones were so strong that it stopped the bullet. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. It's obviously a cover up. Stuff like this caused the French Revolution. Yeah, but the French are a joke. They got a, excuse my French, but they got a F word president who's married to a person that was touching on him in high school or elementary school and may in fact be a dude. France is a failed country. England is a failed country. Ireland is a failed country. They have been importing nonstop. What you saw, they tried to do the shit with us, but they just wasn't importing so many. Importing Mexicans and stuff. That's not really gonna hurt America because we survive off of Mexicans. They just couldn't funnel enough Pakistanis in like they did the rest of them. And to be honest, Muslims are not our enemy. Muslims, for the most part, are good people. Yeah, if you'd have told me any kind of 22, I've shot 22 Hornet, so I know. I think it's the Hornet. It's a nasty ass 22, but yeah, I would have gone for that. A 30-06. You're gonna fucking tell me a 30-06 didn't knock this man's head clean off? Come on, man. I'm not falling for that shit. It should have, worst case scenario or best case scenario, blowed the whole side of his fucking neck out, took his shoulder off, because there's energy that travels with bullets. It's not the bullet sometimes that does the damage. I mean, obviously the bullet does damage, but that energy wave that travels with it. And you're going to tell me from 200 yards away. And what's funny, before they even said this man was dead, and I'm not really a Charlie Kirk fan, but I am a Christian, they were saying 200 yards away on the media. So I'm like, how they know 200 yards away? I'm even asking that before they even said this man was dead. I'm like, okay, how'd they know it was 200 yards away? And then they locked up this Jew man that was screaming, he did it, shoot him, shoot him. Just, but he was in the crowd. So straight from the get go, I knew something smelled like bullshit. I've shot 30-06. I've helped clean deer or field strip deer that were hit with 30-06. I know what it will do to a 100, 20 pound, 130 pound deer that was hit broadside on the shoulder. If it can blow right through a fucking deer and destroy both shoulders, you're telling me that it didn't take this man's head off? Come on, man. Who the fuck chose 30-06 as the round they wanted to say got used? That just doesn't make sense. You should have said 223. I'd have semi bought that. I saw the footage the day it happened. Yeah, the 30-06 is like it's a version of a fucking 308. I think the NATO round is 7.62. It's not 51, because that's a 308. But it's like saying you shot somebody in the neck with a 308. It, no. From 200 yards, the energy is still there. You'd been better off saying you hit him from 1,000 yards out. You pulled some fucking, what's dude from Lethal Weapon? You pulled some rig shit in Vietnam. If you ever saw Lethal Weapon, then that was sort of his claim to fame. Yeah, and all he did was just pop some little teeny tiny hole out. And now, if you get on Rumble and you start following some of the other guys, because you're not gonna find it on YouTube, his shirt lifted. Why did his shirt lift if he was hitting the neck? So, and the whole entire shirt lifted at once. They put something on him. And then he flat out said he had a fucking Israeli security team. So, and the thing is, what's not being reported, and I know our numbers dropped off, so I don't really give a fuck. Like I said, this wasn't no live stream I gave two shits about as far as views. Um, what's being reported, not on YouTube, is that he was doing an audit. He wanted an audit because money was coming up missing, and he wanted to know where did all this money go that was coming in the turning point but wasn't actually showing up. And if you look at some of the video, I think Stu Peters, he had somebody in the crowd actually activated that thing around his neck, that microphone. Somebody activated it, then ran in, pulled shit off, handed it to another guy that ran up. So that guy then stuck it in his pocket and ran off. Then the other guy ran up and took the footage out of the fucking camera. The whole fucking thing smells. It just stinks. And I'm not even a Charlie Kirk fan. I'm just like, yo, they just fucking knocked off your man right in front of everybody. If your man had been dark skinned, there would be cities burning all over the fucking place. Of course, it wouldn't have been a it wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been a trans. They would have said it was a right wing fucker that did it. No. This time they the patsy, and I promise you, whatever that dude's name is, Tyler, whatever, he's gonna fucking die. He got his ass off that fucking roof because he knew he was gonna get his head popped. It was gonna be Trump, Butler, Pennsylvania all over again. He was gonna get shot in the head, so he couldn't tell his story. And then they were gonna go clean his house out like they did fucking that kid. No, it's all about taking out symbols. Those type of people that pulled that shit off, they take out symbols. There was no need to take out Jesus, and they took him out. And what's crazy, what is the dude's name? Pontius Pilate. He gets blamed for killing Jesus, but he didn't actually kill Jesus. He told the rabbis, "Yo, I don't want to kill this man. I'm gonna put it in your hands." And they say, "Yeah, kill him." And that was why Jesus was strung up on the cross, because he was a symbol. You can't trust these motherfuckers, man. They've been driving America into the fucking ground since the fucking 60s. Most people don't even know I mean, I put it in the post. If you read the post, then you got somewhat of an idea. I gave you enough information you can go and look up. But I know most people are not going to read that post. That shit was long as fuck. Um, they took out Kennedy. The very same people that knocked off Kirk knocked off Kennedy, because Kennedy was about to expose them, and he was about to cut all aid to them. And they had already stolen nuclear material out of Pennsylvania. Look it up. Look it up. Don't take it off what I'm saying. Look it up. They stole it out of New Mech, a facility in Pennsylvania that made nuclear material. They stole it out of there. It was 97.6%. I forget what it was, but that's the signature that they go off of. And they smuggled it out of the country using the mob, which is Israeli, not mafia. Mafia is Italian. And the mafia. They smuggled it out, snuck it into Dimona, and they built a bomb. A bomb they still do not own up to the rights of actually having. But we're supposed to go into Iran and destroy Iran because they're building a bomb, but yet Israel's not going to admit to being the only nuclear armed country in the Mideast of stolen American material. And then what was it? A week ago, they brought 200 something politicians out to Israel, free, obviously. Had them all kiss the wall, you know. Anybody know about APAC? AIPAC? That's a um, lobbyist organization that doesn't actually register. So what they give is not, um, there's no actual way of knowing who they gave what to. And that was another thing. Kennedy was going to force AIPAC, which was a different name at the time. I think it was the American Zionist Council. He was going to force them to register. Just like anybody that gives money to politicians. Yo, you got to register. How much money did you give this politician? Where'd that money come from? You know, I mean, it's fine where it came from, but how much did you give him? We need a record of that. No, 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 no. AIPAC is literally the only organization that doesn't have to register and hasn't had to register ever. Shit is fucking crazy. But nobody wants to pay attention to that, and it's actually hard on YouTube to go find this shit because the videos they do leave up are obviously Zionist controlled videos. It's a bitch to find real information, but see, this is the searches I go on. I don't go and look up a bunch of bullshit firework videos most of the time. I'm, you know, in the off season, I'm actually trying to pay attention to what the fuck is going on. And shit, seems like the last 25 years, it's been fucking crazy. What you can find and what you can't find. At least now we have Rumble. Rumble puts up the shit that YouTube won't. But ever since Kennedy got his head emptied in Dallas, we've had a controlled government ever since then. A lot of people don't know Lyndon B. Johnson. Kennedy did not want to run with Lyndon B. Johnson. He did not like Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson, even though his last name is Johnson, was born to a Jewish mother. In the Jewish world, the lineage passes down. When Lyndon B. Johnson took over, he fucking cowered. He's like, yo, y'all do what you want. The Mossad had already taken over. The CIA is nothing but a fucking patsy to them. They do what the Mossad tells them to do. No, with Kirk, it was just a way that they could eliminate a symbol. He didn't have any kind of power, although his power was gaining. Like I said, he wanted to find out where did a bunch of the money that came in, where did it go? Who was siphoning it off? He had an Israeli, he literally said this in a video, he had an Israeli fucking security team. And it's funny because all of them were making moves when he got shot, if you believe he got shot. And they were pulling shit off of him. They were putting it in their pockets. They were snatching up fucking SD cards. Now they say they can't find the camera. It just doesn't make sense. And we know he wasn't hit with a fucking 30-06, so. And if you believe the fucking autopsy report, I don't even trust his bitch wife. Excuse my French, but fuck that bitch. She's a fucking damn plant. Because if I built a $100 million empire and I was gaining so much momentum, you think my wife would give forgiveness to the motherfucker that killed me? No, she's gonna be the one raging on like, yo, let's kill this motherfucker. Storm the fucking prison, take his ass or jail, take his ass up out of there, and let's go to work on him. Shit, when I saw that little hug with Trump, I was like, yeah, this shit is fake. She's fake. And then you find out Trump is the one that introduced them and all this other shit. Nah, I already knew Trump was full of shit. I still voted for him because we couldn't put Kamala in there. But now that I think about it, maybe we should have stuck Kamala in there. 'Cause at least then we'd have a reason to fucking storm the gates. And we'd all be more united. Now it's more division. This is fucking 2012 all over again, but in reverse. Yeah, obviously, the majority of my audience is ostriches that like to keep their heads stuffed off in the sand. You know, hey, I gotta go to work at some bullshit job. I don't want to pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, but you're not paying attention to all the other shit that's going on. The shit that ain't in the news. Nobody's paying attention to the fact that the feds dropped the rates and they already saying they're going to drop the interest rates again and again. That's not for you. That's so the motherfuckers that already got money can buy up shit. Nobody's paying attention to the fact that State Street, Vanguard, and BlackRock are buying up every fucking thing. Nobody's paying attention to State Street, Vanguard, BlackRock own every corporation of all the shit that you buy in the grocery stores. Nobody's paying attention to none of that shit. Nobody's paying attention to the fact that these motherfuckers have what is it, a 20-year plan to own 80 something percent of all the single family dwellings in America. Nobody's paying attention to the fact that they're throwing up all these fucking apartments everywhere. And this whole generation that's coming up now doesn't want to own homes. Your kids, your grandkids don't want to own homes. They want to live in an apartment. Nobody's fucking paying attention to this shit. There's a lot of deeper shit going on, but nobody's fucking watching. Nobody's connecting the dots. Because they compromised our government, David C., they put literally everybody in office. And there's no record of it. So when they want something, so here's the thing. You have Democrats, you have Republicans, you have the Senate, you have the House, you have Congress, you have all that shit, right? Obviously, everybody wants to push their own agendas through. Obviously, yeah, that's what you ran on. That's why you got in there. Nothing other than aid to Israel ever gets passed unanimously. But yet, every single fucking time billions get signed off, both sides. Nobody ever says no, don't do it. And those that say no, don't do it 2 or 3 times, guess what? They're not in there that fourth time. They're gone. They've been ran out. So you're telling me we can't agree on anything whatsoever but aid to Israel. We didn't even agree on fucking aid to Ukraine, which is another fucking farce. Yeah, I don't trust that female. I don't trust her at all. She smells like a dirty ass bitch. And unfortunately, Charlie, he didn't catch that. When I saw that hug with Trump, I was like, yeah, this shit is bullshit. That bitch is in on it. And she didn't know what was going on, but she's not going to raise the hell that a real woman would. A real woman would raise fucking hell, especially if you gave her a platform. Yo, you killed my fucking husband. It gave me that built $100 million fucking empire and had all this influence and shit. None of that. She's just gonna play the part. There's never gonna be a whistleblower. A whistleblower. They're all bought and paid for. All of them. If you don't toe the APAC line, they literally say on their website. I mean, you can go look this up. If you don't toe their line, they have a 95% success rate in either getting you through or getting the person that's going to replace you through that's going to do their bidding. They don't even hide. And the thing is, I live near Atlanta, which is I'm in a red state, yes, but Atlanta is a blue city. And the majority of the people that got pushed through either took Soros money. A lot of our DAs got caught taking Soros money, Fannie Williams and shit. That was a Soros um, DA. But all the rest of them, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff and a number of others, all took APAC money. You can actually look that shit up. But these stupid fucking blind ass Democrats don't look that shit up. They think Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff are gonna serve them when they get in there. One is a fucking blind fucking idiot, and the other one's a goddamn Jew. So what do you think? You think you're gonna fucking get anything out of that? No, you're not. They're gonna get rich, become millionaires, and you're gonna be in the same fucking hole you was in when you voted for them the first time. Now I don't fuck with Twitter. My only social media right now, because Instagram killed all my Instagram pages. I mean, it literally took out all my Instagram pages, which were under different Google accounts for making comments about this type of shit. So I know they're gonna murder the YouTube page at some point, but I don't make no money off this shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna jump over to Rumble and open me a Rumble account. Cause I don't, you know, YouTube's already said the pyro community is fried. You can forget it. They're eventually gonna turn the shit off. You're gonna have to have like 50,000 subscribers or some shit for them to keep you around. All the rest of us, they're gonna do us like they did the gun wave. I don't know if anybody remembers the gun wave they did a number of years ago, where they took out all the gun channels. Who was actually getting views, but because you were pushing guns, they knocked you off. You didn't have 50,000 subscribers, so your channel didn't exist anymore. I don't trust Elon. Elon took their money too. I think Twitter is actually like damn, what do you call that shit? I think Twitter is a psyop to get a bunch of people to sign up and expose themselves. Meanwhile, they're keeping track of all that shit. Because you gotta remember, Palantir is tracking everything. Palantir is literally tracking everything. It can tap into phones. It can literally cue in on your license plate and follow you through cameras to your job, wherever you're going. It can track in on all that shit. Palantir is that's a nasty weapon. You combine that with AI, and which eventually probably be Skynet, and this government will be able to turn on you with an instant. The only problem with the third party, I always said that too. We needed a third party. The only problem with that is they'll just get bought out too. You have to expose the ones that are buying out the first two. And then, yes, we do still need that third party. But the thing is the two major parties are both so full of shit, and they've been becoming millionaires. Man, you got kids coming out of college, going into politics, and they retire with $80 million. What is this bitch in Minnesota? Elon Omar. This fucking Somalian bitch comes over here, and now she's worth $30 million. Where the fuck did $30 million come from? And who gave it to her? And why won't she shut up about how bad America is, even though she's over here? You're not actually in Somalia. But she's worth $30 million. Come on, man. This don't make no fucking sense. Same thing with that bucktooth bartender bitch out of New York. She's worth millions on millions now. It's like, man, come on, man. Every one of them just needs to be chucked in the wood chipper. I'm sorry. Every single politician in office right now, just throw them in the wood chipper. Start over. Hit reset. It's like in Super Nintendo when you pull the plug. Oh, damn, I just dated myself. But if you pull the plug on the Super Nintendo, it didn't save anything. It started over. Yeah, she hates the U.S. But yet, but she's just a puppet. That's the thing. She's just a puppet. She's playing a role. She's reading a script that's handed to her. It's all part of the division. And you buy into it when you believe it. And I think that's part of the reason why Charlie got popped on TV is because he wasn't buying into it. He believed in an idea that wound up being not true. And there's reports he was going to come out and expose certain groups. And, they're not going for that. That's not going to happen. Your boy Trump almost got his head popped. And all of a sudden he bent his knee quick. But he'd already taken that $100 million from Mary or whatever the fuck her name is, Sheldon Adelson's wife. He'd already taken that $100 million, so he was bought and paid for it then. Well, the thing is with making accounts on Instagram, you got to keep getting new Google accounts. So when they took down my main account that I had like a little over 3,000 followers on, they took down the 3 accounts that were attached to that Google account at the same time. That I wasn't even using those pages. They were just accounts I had. I was not using them. They were there. They were attached to the same account. They were like backup accounts in case the account ever got hit. And they killed everything attached to that Google account. I think it killed four channels or 3 channels with the first one. And then when I moved over to the second Google account I had, it didn't take long. They caught on, same person, boom, they hit it too. And I didn't have but like 40 something subscribers or followers on that one when they hit it. And they said the same thing. They said spreading on my first account, they said I was selling government controlled goods, which I've never sold anything on Instagram. I've never said that I sell anything. I never said that I buy anything. But they still did it. That's always their excuse. The thing is what got me hit was I was pulling people from other communities based off of my comments that I was leaving on accounts that were not firework related accounts. And that's what, got me hit. It's like, he's gaining a following. He's got to go. I ain't even fucking with no TikTok bullshit. I don't think it's finally going to be anything with finding out where your tax dollars are going. Oh, got a couple owls about to fuck. Nice. Owls fucking is always a good thing. But yeah, no, you're not gonna find out where your tax dollars are going. Yeah, they getting ready to fuck. They used to do that shit in my backyard. I had a male owl that stayed in one tree and a female owl that stayed in the other tree. And then I think it was Hurricane Irma knocked down one of those trees, and both of them moved out after that. Because the female owl, whenever she had what do you call them, babies, and I had puppies, she would try to like run down and grab my puppies, which was crazy. When you're standing outside and the owl comes out of the fucking tree 60, 80 feet up and tries to snatch up a puppy while you're sitting out there watching it in the dark. That was crazy. Yeah, man, just hard reset. Hard reset with an example. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. And unfortunately, if we wind up in some bullshit civil war, it's not going to be under an actual, real war. It's going to be poor white people turned against poor black people. And both of them wanted the same shit and didn't even realize they got brainwashed by the very same news and media controlled by them boys. I don't want to kill nobody. And I sure as shit don't want to kill somebody based on their fucking political views. Although if you got blue hair and you're screaming and hollering, I still don't want to kill you. But if you happen to slip and fall and land in front of a truck, well, oh well. 'Cause these fucking damn blue-haired honky motherfuckers is a joke. I'm so sick of seeing these fucking weak-ass fucking minded. They're not even trans. They're just gay. And that's fine. You want to be gay, be gay. That's cool. Do your thing. It ain't got no bearing on my life. But these motherfuckers is different. They want to get all in your face and holler and scream, and your rights don't mean shit if you even want to think something that don't agree with them. Like, yo, you don't understand. You're screaming at somebody calling them a fascist, but you're actually the fascist. You're doing what you're claiming they are. I don't see fucking Republicans out there screaming and hollering and trying to limit the message of the other side. That's just one side doing that. And they're so fucking brainwashed. It's not even funny. Just completely brainwashed. They need to go to the wood chipper as well. I'm sorry. There's no fixing that. Their mama and daddy failed them. Well, their mamas, their mamas failed them because they had two mamas. Yeah, Lon, I don't know if you want to hit this live stream. We kind of going deep on this one. It's, but I do appreciate you stopping by, and you're more than welcome to chime in as much as you want. I just know you're more on a positive tip, which I respect. Pyro Lion says, "Yo, brother, warrior champ, thanks for the live. I'm not standing on this corruption for me. It's God first. Yeah, God first all the time, bro. And the thing is, I don't go to church like I should. but I definitely believe in a higher power. But when you actually pay attention to the Bible, fuck, this really sounds like Revelations. We're gonna have an Antichrist, then we're gonna have Jesus come back, and then we're all fucking screwed. Because if you really wasn't 100%, you might be fucked. Yeah, I stay ready, bro. The pistols stay on me. Um, I keep quiet at work because we have a lot of libtards at work, so I don't express my views or nothing. I just go to work, do my job, get the fuck up out of there. Um, Even with some of my friends, I've distanced myself because they've totally either bought into the left or bought into the right. And it's like, man, I've done my job to try to get both to see you're both full of shit. And people believe all these right wingers believe in all these numbers and shit. Like, oh, we're deporting all these people. No, they're not, man. Quit. They're just throwing numbers at you. This is fucking COVID all over again. And you dumb motherfuckers are buying it. Oh, they deported 4 million people last month. No, they just threw a number at you. Did you see 4 million people leave? No. Just like they didn't show you the bodies of the 4 million people that died in 2019, March of 2019 during COVID. You didn't see those bodies, and you didn't see the fucking 4 million people leave then, and the 6 million people that disappeared in World War II also didn't happen. Just numbers being thrown at you. Yeah, 2020. You're right. We didn't see all that. As a matter of fact, it was March of 2020 that the lockdown went into effect. I know that because my phone chimed me a couple of months ago with a picture I had taken with our highways being completely empty. I was like, oh shit, when was this? I think it was like March 18th or some shit. And the highway was empty at like 10 o'clock at night. People just believe shit because some bitch on the news told them. Like, yo, give me some fucking proof. I need to see bodies. If you're saying you're deporting a bunch of people, I need to see them on a plane. If they're Mexicans, I don't necessarily want them deported. If they're criminals, fine. If they're South Americans, yeah, get them the fuck up out of here. They don't have no right to be here. And any other nationality, get them up out of here. But you're not seeing that. Yeah, it's a social experiment, and everybody has fallen for. But it's been one social experiment after another. All the way back to the '60s. That was like the first time they literally did some shit on TV and got away with it, and they got super fucking bold with it. And then they just started buying every single president since then. And people don't realize they run the media. They run damn near every fucking company that has a CEO. They're in front of that as well. There's common denominators, and people just fail to see those common denominators. They all have a dual citizenship. Whether it's some fucking CEO that runs a company, the fuck, or some fucking politician whose last name ends in Berg. They all don't give two shits about you. What was it in the '90s? We had gangster rap, which was cool. I loved gangster rap, but nobody paid attention to the fact that those very same companies were the biggest investors in private prisons. Why would a music label be investing in private prisons? But yet at the same time, they're pushing taking God out of schools, and they're pushing. I think it was in the '90s, the early '90s. They took corporal punishment out of public school. Couldn't do the whoopings anymore in school. God had already been taken out of school. Oh, you couldn't do private prayer either. So you, as a particular student, couldn't form a group in prayer and pray at school. Make sure I go back and look at the chats. I had to take a leak. That goddamn fucking Hennessy wanted out, which is strange. Now he owed me the money, but why the fuck did he pull up with that big ass cup of Hennessy? And why the fuck did I drink it? Shit. Yeah, schools today ain't nothing like schools when I was in school in the late '80s, early '90s and shit. I got whoopings in school, man. My mama signed the paperwork for me, for my principal to whoop me, and I got whoopings in school. I guess I probably was in like first or second grade or some shit. And then when I was in private school before then, I got whoopings. Now the students can literally tell the teachers "fuck you," and they can actually attack the fucking teachers, and nothing's gonna happen to them. In the end, the teacher's gonna wind up going to jail. I don't understand why people don't like the U.S. I love the U.S. I would die for this country now, even though it's in the shit and it's corrupted, but I would still die for it in the hopes that 10, 15 years later, things would change. I would still die. There's not another place on this planet I would rather be. Not another. I wouldn't give away my citizenship at all. If anything, I would love to have the money to buy land out in the middle of fucking nowhere and just live off grid comfortably. Not like a fucking mountain man type of shit. Our food is trash. They literally pack our food full of shit that's supposed to make us sick. Our water's full of fucking plastic and shit that's supposed to make us sick. Even though you're buying bottled water that says Desanti or some shit, they're literally putting stuff in there. When I buy bottled water, why is there a fucking ingredients list on the side? It's supposed to just say water. No, no, no. They got to put a bunch of shit in there. None of it you can spell. Half of it you can't pronounce. And then you wonder why you got fucking cancer. Yeah, I was in elementary school in the late '80s, all the way through. Uh, when did I come out of elementary school? 96, 95. Yes, it's just a fucking shame, man. And it's not even we're not even corrupted because capitalism. You know, when everybody says, "Oh, capitalism is corrupt and it breeds corruption and all that shit," it's not even fucking that. It's just greed and an outside source feeding it. We're not even greedy because of our own selves. We're greedy because someone else has taken over us. And that's what sucks. You know, everybody says, "Oh, you know, 9/11 happened because Bush wanted to hide the trillions." But nobody looks at the fact that those trillions, where'd they go? Where'd they go? They built a fucking Iron Dome in Israel. An Iron Dome that they won't even give us the plans on how the tracking device algorithms. But we gave them the money to build it. We gave them the equipment, and they won't even tell us how to use it in case we wanted to build our own Iron Dome here with the very same equipment we gave them, which I guess is a good thing because that shit didn't work. Everybody says, "Oh, Bush went into little Bush went into Iraq to take care of his daddy's business." No, they went in there to fucking topple Iraq because that was the one country that was firing scuds in the goddamn Israel. They had to have him take out. And then nobody pays attention to the fact that every single country in the Mideast right now, over the last 20 years, has been completely destroyed. Libya, Gaddafi gone. Damn, what is his name? Assad in Syria gone. Fucking Saddam gone. Every country that didn't play ball has been fucking. They're a shithole now. Except for one, and of course, they're trying to get us to go into that some bitch now. They're just running around popping off rockets at everybody they can fucking pop a rocket off at. Meanwhile, Netanyahu is supposed to be going to fucking prison for corruption. But every single time he's supposed to be going to court on something, they got to send rockets into another country. Yeah, we've already fucking, our missile plants were running triple overtime to restock their fucking ass. So you already know they're gonna fire on Iran again. But here's the thing. I think last week, and this is not being reported on, you're gonna have to dig deep to find it. Um, what is he calling himself now? The Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, whatever the fuck his name is. Um, he's called all the generals home. All the generals, hundreds of generals from all over the world. He's called them all home for a debriefing. So something is getting ready to go down. Either we're getting ready to go to war with Iran, or we're getting ready to fucking back Ukraine against Russia, which is even more retarded. Because Russia's not really our enemy. Our enemy is China. And nobody wants to fucking say that part. They want to keep pointing at the Mideast. The Mideast don't give two shits about us. Especially if we decouple from fucking Tel Aviv. Yeah, Hegseth. Look it up. He's called all the generals home, but that's not being reported. There's not YouTube videos and shit asking why are you calling home generals who have been stationed in other countries for years? Why are they all coming home to have meetings? What are you planning? And it better. I thought this motherfucker ran on no new wars. We already bombed the country. We ain't got nothing. There ain't a fucking thing Iran could build that would come over here. Well, hey, look up. I mean, I'm cool with Space Force now, but look up. What is it? Project Bluebeam. I think that's a CIA project where they want to do like a false flag type of alien invasion shit that's broadcast across all social media and all media, and have us all believing that aliens are invading, so that we all unite for some common cause that doesn't actually exist. I'm not worried about the fucking aliens. I'm more worried about the us. It's not Blue Book. It's Blue. Damn, Project Bluebeam. I think it's Bluebeam. Look up Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam. It's a CIA backed um, plan. And you know what? CIA is a joke. I don't necessarily worry about them. I worry about DARPA. DARPA, I think. DARPA. They're the real fucking enemy. These are the motherfuckers that are developing shit to actually turn loose on us. The NSA, all of them use DARPA technology. Yeah, DARPA develops shit that goes into effect with the military and shit, but DARPA's also behind a lot of other shit that gets turned on us. Shit, I got guns and shit too, but I don't think guns are gonna do any good against a cruise missile or a fucking, an Apache gunship. You can be as fortified as you want to be. When they decide that it's time you gotta go, you gotta go. It don't matter how deep in the woods you are, they can find you. And that's the shitty thing, to think they would turn our own military against us. Which, are they not kind of doing that? I mean, if you believe what the media is telling you, yeah, they're turning military loose on illegals, but you don't think it's sort of like a, you don't think they'll brainwash the military when they do finally turn them loose on us? You don't think they'll have them all believing you're some fucking illegal Venezuelan? Yeah, and I didn't think they'd fucking take out people on TV either. And I bet nobody ever thought they'd take out a president. And I bet nobody thought they'd corrupt the entire system. And I bet nobody thought they'd monopolize the entire system. And all these things have happened. And they always say, the technology you see today is shit they developed 30 years ago. So what's in the pipeline now? What's the crazy shit that's coming in you know, that our kids will see? Now, who's to say by that point we're not even a free country anymore? You got a bunch of goddamn, you got one whole chunk of this country screaming and hollering that another large chunk of this country, the majority, if you want to, should have no rights. And you got a bunch of blue-haired fucking bullshitters running around hollering, "Damn, you should die, you should die." Well, what's gonna happen when that generation gets in power? Exactly. United we stand, divided we fall. We've been divided for a long time. I think the first chunks of division were sown in 2008, and they've been making that hole wider ever since then. It doesn't matter who's in office, you know, those are just puppets. It's the plan that they're creating. God, Trump was a fucking godsend to them. And to that extent, so was Obama. They both played their part. Yeah, I don't think there's no repairing the divide now because so many people are just so goddamn brainwashed. It's one thing to be stupid, or better yet, ignorant. It's one thing to be ignorant. It's a whole nother thing to be fucking stupid and brainwashed. If you're ignorant because you don't know, then I understand. It's cool. But if the facts have been there and you just refuse to see them, and you're only going to believe what fucking Roland Martin or some crooked fucking, or even um, Hannity, someone on the left, someone on the right tells you, you're an idiot. If all you do is watch Fox News or CNN, then you're fucking, you're stupid. You're beyond ignorant. But the thing about the mass migration is that's a bigger picture going on, and the very same people are doing it. They've taken those governments as well. Um, France was the first one. Germany, no, Germany was the first one. France was the second one. Canada was the third one. Um, these are engineered fails by just pumping in the poorest of the poor. They're not bringing in the bright ones from Islamabad. No, they're bringing in just straight fucking bums that aren't going to assimilate, and they're there to create division. They want attacks. That's what they want. And for the most part, Islam has more in common with Christianity than fucking Judaism. When you actually break it down and look at it, we have more in common with one another than we don't. They hold Jesus to a high regard just as we do. But where does Judaism say Jesus is? Oh, that's right. He's burning in a bowl of excrement and semen. Weird. Yeah, we did stop caring about each other. We definitely did. At least when I was a kid, if my neighbors saw me doing some dumb shit, they would tell your mom. If you was doing something really dumb, they would fucking stop you. And then if you ran to your mom and said, "Hey, the neighbor did this," then you're getting another whooping because you was doing some dumb shit and somebody trusted stopped you. Now you don't even know your fucking neighbor that lives next door to you. You don't know them. God forbid you'd never stop their kids from doing dumb shit. We don't have that unity that my generation caught the very last tail end of. The 80s was like the end of that shit. The 60s, and you can't really go too much further back because there was still somewhat of a division based on color lines. So they just took it off of color and put it on economic. All right, Wizard Pyro, I appreciate you stopping through, bro. You had a lot of good points. I'll definitely go back and read that chat. I don't know if I'm gonna turn this video loose or not. I already know YouTube's gonna ban my channel at some point. I'll leave a ton of comments on legit fucking channels, which half the time they pull the comment down, but they never flag me. They're supposed to flag you and tell you you got a strike when they pull your comments down because it went against community guidelines. No, they just pull my shit down. Yeah, I had a when I was a little kid, there was like 5 or 6 neighbors that could beat me for doing some dumb shit and go running and telling my mom ain't gonna do no good. Hell, one of my neighbors literally had to come beat me because me and his son beat up a kid at school, and my mom didn't think she could get the point across. And since he was a large man and I was raised by a single mother, a large man had to beat some sense into me, which to an extent she was right. Me and his son beat up somebody, and his son caught a whooping, so I had to get that same whooping. Now you don't even know your neighbors, shit. God forbid they put their hand on your kid. But then again, my question is, well, what the fuck was my kid doing? Thankfully, didn't have stupid kids, but I was a stupid kid that always did dumb shit. you gotta look at the system, man. The system has designed. Everybody always says it's a a black community thing where there's no fathers in the house. That's across the board. It might have started out that way, but that was a social engineering experiment. The family court systems and government assistance was it went after one segment of the community first, and then it went across everywhere. 'Cause there's a fucking shit ton of white kids that ain't got no daddy at home because mama's getting food stamps, and mama ain't worth a fuck either. And those kids are lost causes. Those kids are no different than the Tyrone that's going to wind up in prison on violent crimes. Little Bradley is going to wind up in prison on some other dumb shit. He's going to get the same amount of time because he didn't have no dad at his house either. And it's funny, you only really see that in black and white. You don't see that in Asian. You don't see that in a lot of Mexican homes. You know, there's a family element. Unless you get out in the shithole of inner city Los Angeles. That's California's a failed state to begin with, but Los Angeles is a shithole. But you still do have a lot of fathers out there. Just unfortunately, they were gangbangers first. You know, shit. I grew up in the very same situation, except we didn't have government assistance. But um, my mom kicked my dad out of the house, kicked him out, and then raised their kids on her own. No, never took a dime. Well, she couldn't get government assistance, but we didn't have no. But she was smarter than a lot. We did have a lot of male role models, which is why I'm not a fucking felon right now. But I know white kids that are screwed. They are going to go to prison at some point on the very same dumb shit that others would. And that started, I think it was 60, mid 60s. I think I'm not 100% sure when the whole government assistance and whatnot came in. Oh, wait a minute. That was during the civil rights shit. That was Lyndon B. Johnson. Cha-ching. I think I think Kennedy died in November of '63, and I think all that civil rights shit came in '65. Don't quote me on that. I want to say November 22nd, 1963. Yeah, you know what? I remember block parties in my neighborhood right here. This is my neighborhood. This is where I grew up. I own the home that I grew up in. Even when this neighborhood transitioned over from white people to black people, everything stayed the same. We still had black block parties. Everybody knew all your neighbors. It wasn't until the 90s that everything went to shit. And all those original black families, they did the same thing the white families before them did. They left because Section 8 destroyed my neighborhood. Section 8 was Atlanta's answer to its crime problem. They bulldozed all the government housing projects, which I think that was in 92 that the government decided they were no longer going to be building new government projects anymore. and they would just hand out vouchers, and that's when Section 8 came in. Yeah, and what else happened in the early 90s? Gangster rap was pushed on people. It got a lot worse later on because originally gangster rap was not, obviously was no YouTube, no social media, and the radio didn't play it, but we could still find it. And music is a great way to brainwash people. I still remember like 6, 7 years ago, I was working in the garden right there, that garden where that corn is growing. And three little girls was walking up my street. I'm not paying them no attention. I'm just working in my garden. And these little girls are singing a song and talking about sucking dick. And I'm like, yo, these are like 9, 10 year olds. The fuck? And it was all because of music. Music had already corrupted them. Those little girls probably have 3 kids apiece by now and probably didn't even graduate high school and never even realized they were doomed from the very start. Yeah, and I try to do that with my friends, um, Pyro Binks. I try to do that because a lot of my friends are gone. They're deceased or they're doing time, and we kind of try to do our best with their kids, um, to just give them a positive role model that they're not going to get anywhere else because their mom's obviously a failed cause, and hell, the mom's hoping they do start slinging dope and can pay the damn bills and shit. And I always tell them the same thing, bro. Getting a felony is not some fucking graduation thing, man. Because once you catch a felony, it's your life is altered from that point forward. Once you go to jail on a gun charge or an assault charge or a dope charge or a burglary charge, and you catch that F, your life ain't never gonna be the same. You can't work at Walmart. Walmart, McDonald's, and all that shit will not be a failsafe for you because you got to check that box. And once you check that box, it's a wrap. But the music and all that other shit got them thinking you can fucking take perks and sling pills and shit. And it's like, man, all my friends are dead or in jail because of that shit. Because of what they listened to in the 90s, in the 2000s. I got friends doing 40 years in prison because they got caught with fucking kilos. And they already had felonies on their record. And they didn't have the money to get a lawyer. Or a lawyer that was actually going to look out for them. I had one friend that had a lawyer rip them off. The lawyer actually stole like 30 grand from him. And he still got like 28 years in prison. And it's fed. You're going to do 22 of those years before you ever come out. I got motherfuckers that committed murder in the 90s that are already out. Been out. The ones that was slinging dope, I'll be in a wheelchair when they come out. If they come out. And nobody seems to understand, why did you think that you was gonna sling dope and make it? Why didn't nobody ever tell you you could have just paid attention in school, gone to college, gotten a real job, become somebody? You didn't have to be a fucking teacher or some bullshit. You could have gone on and been a lawyer. I mean, the options are endless. And that's, that's the power of influence. Influence is a major fucking thing. It's a tool. Anybody ever wonder why you don't see Jewish rappers? You don't see, the only times you see Jewish people on, banging jewelry and shit, they're the motherfuckers selling it. They're not actually, pushing debauchery on their own kind. They're pushing it on us. Morals got bred out of us. Every generation has less morals than the generation before. Like, I would never just attack a random person based off their beliefs. You could say you hate me. You could call me a honky, a cracker, or whatever the fuck you want to call me. That's cool. I don't give a fuck. That shit don't bother me. But now you got a whole generation that will kill you for saying shit like that. They'll kill you for being a fucking Republican. That's weird. That doesn't make sense. And you can't even preach about it. If all of a sudden my channel became a political channel, it would disappear. I would first off, I'm already shadow banned. I already know that. Been shadow banned. But my channel would either be buried or put to sleep. It would be buried if it didn't gain momentum, and if it gained momentum, they'd put it to sleep. I don't even think we hit. I think we had like 20 watchers earlier. A shadow ban is when you can't find your channel. You have to specifically look up my channel to find it. And even still, it's going to be hard to find. Um, so I can literally go and look up videos I know I have up and can't even find them. It'll be 60 videos down and it's a fucking video that's got 8,000 fucking views. It should be one of the ones up front. That's one way you can tell your shadow ban. Look up your own content. Videos you know you shot. Videos that did really, really well. One I looked up the other day was Hydrogen Bomb by Brothers. I put that video out in like 2018. I think I got like 8,000 or 10,000 views on it. Didn't even come up on the list. Yeah, YouTube has changed. And like I said, they don't know yet what they're going to do with the whole pyro community. But there's a strong chance that if you don't have like 20,000 fucking followers and you get 50,000 views every 3 or 4 months, that one day you may wake up and your channel don't exist anymore. And this is what they did to the guns um, a number of years ago. There's a lot of the gun channels I followed that were small channels, 2,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. They all disappeared. I woke up one day and I couldn't find them anymore. And you'll just get an email and you'll click on it and it'll say you went against whatever new community guidelines that YouTube has set up, and they've decided to take your channel down. And they don't give you any way to fight it. They literally pulled it down. A quick way to get to find out if you're in any kind of heat is monetized, because then they'll send you the email saying you've been demonetized, which means you're obviously being watched. I am not monetized, so the only way I'll find that out is when my channel is just gone, doesn't exist anymore. Thankfully, about 90% of my content is saved, so I can put it up on another platform. I think at some point Rumble will get bought too. Rumble's not going to stay the last free speech thing. They'll buy that out too. Rumble is mainly political. The whole thing with the fireworks is people doing dumb shit. Um, when you see these videos of people playing with M1000s and shit like that, that's technically an explosive. That's going against their guidelines. Anything that explodes technically goes against their guidelines. I put my videos up specifically with the kid filters so that it's not made for kids type of shit. But if you put your shit up as it's made for kids, yeah, they're gonna nab your channel anyway. Um, but I've had so many firecracker videos pulled down, and when you go back and you try to find these videos from years ago that I used to watch other people's channels, they're going too. If you want to see big shit going off, you got to go to like these German and these Italian channels that they all got hundreds of thousands of fucking subscribers. So they can set off goddamn 10-pound salutes and shit. And then you got people blowing shit off in the streets, people playing with 1.3 and all kinds of shit. You gotta remember the feds always are on to them about that too. Because you're not supposed to have 1.3. And they don't know. Um, I can't say who it was that dropped a dime to let me know that at some point there's going to be a restructuring of the pyro community. And they was basically telling me to go ahead and monetize while you got the chance. Get what money you can out, because um, I think it's 25,000. You need to have like 25,000 subscribers, and you need to generate like 100, 400,000. I can't remember. Um, views minimum a year to wind up on their keeper list. Other than that, everything else is going to go. It's just YouTube. Um, it's not anything where they're like against us. It's just liabilities. Because I know a handful of channels got pulled down like 4 or 5 years ago, and they were just rinky-dink channels that had showed that sparkler bomb bullshit, and those channels got hit. They got pulled down from showing how to make sparkler bombs. I don't know that Rumble's gonna disappear though, because they can't. It's so political. They get all their views off the political shit, and it's just once you start seeing Rumble on your YouTube shit, then your channel gets kind of hit again because they don't want you advertising for another platform. Um, and a lot of the channels that had YouTube channels that got demonetized bounced to Rumble, but they were making content about it. So my fear is that the owner, what is his name, Chris Pozlowski, he's just gonna sell it. and then that'll be the end of that. And that can always happen, you know. As far as the pyro community, I don't think Rumble would actually be an option for us. Not unless the entire community jumped over there and supported us. Notice the views are down. One thing. Notice we're all fucking damn. At this point, we're all damn near shadow banned. Only like a handful of channels get views now. The whole views are just down. They do not push our shit. You have to literally like only be subscribed to firework videos or channels. Um, some of the channels I follow that are small, like mine, they can put up a video on Friday. I won't even see it until the following week. So I'll watch the video because it popped up on my current stream, and then I'll look at it and I'll see that comments were left 3 days ago, and I'm like, all right, well, if a comment was left 3 days ago, why am I just now seeing it? And then I'll look on the video and realize they put the video up a whole week, 2 weeks before, but it didn't pop up on my live stream or my live feed. And I see that all the time with small channels. Oh, okay. I'll take a peek for that. Pyroland. Isn't that a Northwestern brand? Unless it's a company, but I'm thinking of the Northwestern brand that definitely does not show up down here. Yeah, the only pyro channels that I get current videos that pop up when they release them would be like and you know what's crazy? Dave has 50,000 plus subscribers, and I do not get his videos when they first drop them. Because that video he did, two videos he did of the two shows he played around with after the fourth, they didn't pop up on my channel till after. But the only ones I get fresh videos of are like Pyro Nation, um, Discount Fireworks, because I heavily follow him, so they can't really censor me on him. And his channel is actually gaining traction. But like all the smaller ones, oh shit. I mean, I could probably drop a video tonight and you might not see it till next week. And it's not that it's buried, they just don't spread us like they used to. Yeah, I know about that brand. I would love at one point that brand shipped and I was wanting to do an order from them because there's you're not going to find Pyro Land in Georgia. You can forget it. You got a better chance of finding Chinese market shit here than anything Pyroland. But they had a lot of stuff I liked. But it looks like on their website they don't ship anymore. I think Wayne's World stopped shipping too. So some of these major shippers don't even ship anymore. Anybody ever heard of B&L? Their prices suck ass on their website, but they got a ton of fucking good shit and they ship. But the prices are just crazy. Yeah, like I said, I was following Pyroland for a couple of years now, even back in like 2019 when they did ship. And the last time I went on their website, it was you couldn't find any information on shipping whatsoever, which usually means they stop shipping. Either they don't import enough to ship, or they stop shipping altogether. They got enough retailers that'll buy up their shit. So I can't figure out why Wayne's World doesn't ship anymore. I know they buy a lot of shit. Yeah, yeah, many of them will do that. They'll do that PGI order. Well, they'll bring your shit up there if you're like ordering 2 grand worth of stuff, which 2 grand ain't much these days. Um, but PGI just doesn't want to come anywhere near the South. Yeah, I heard this year that a lot of people are just disappointed with the whole PGI experience. It's still bucket list for me though. I just wish they'd get the hell out of the goddamn Midwest and Northeast. Come south, man. Shit. We got plenty of land down here and people with pockets full of money. Yeah, I fucks with Whalen, man. Discount Fireworks is gonna be a spot I deal with for a while. He's super cool, got tons of product, very knowledgeable, and if you hit him in the off season, which that's actually what he would prefer, you can be on the phone with him for 3 hours. It doesn't matter, and still get everything you ordered. Hell, he might even tell you wait a couple weeks because you know part of your order is coming in then if you can't substitute. I'm trying to get my ducks in order. Right now, I got a couple big ass bills I got to take care of. But once that's out of the way, I want to get my July the 4th shit going, hopefully before the end of this year. And that's who my first order is going to be. Midwestern Pyro, what's up, my brother? Yeah, you missed a fairly political, eye opening conversation. But if you have any knowledge that I don't have, I'm very, very open to hearing about it. But I know this is primarily a pyro channel, so like I said, I knew I wasn't going fishing for views or none of that shit. I'm just sick of the current situation we all find ourselves in. Yeah, it was just I when all that flush of or wave of PGI content comes out, a lot of people just didn't like uh, it. It didn't appear to be the sales. I think it was just everything else associated with PGI. But like I said, I don't care. It's I would still love to go, and it's on my bucket list. I don't even. You could tell me that I couldn't buy a damn thing from there, and I would still want to go. I just don't want to drive 14 hours to get there. But it is definitely still something I want to do. Hell, I want to go to NFA, and that ain't even in the same ballpark as fucking PGI. I just want to go. I want to do everything pyro related. I want to hit NFA. I want to hit all these demos and shit that people be doing. But PGI has always been tops on my list. It's just they never want to do it. I think the closest they done it was might have been a Wisconsin or Pennsylvania one. Even still, you're talking 14-hour drive. Well, I want to do the whole thing though. I want to hit all the different classes. I want to learn everything they're teaching, everything they offer. I want to take part in the whole goddamn thing. I don't even care if it's shit I already know. Fuck it. I want to go listen from some dude that's been doing it for 20 something years. Yeah, my thing is like, damn, man, maybe I want to come south, do a PGI down here. They used to, I don't know if they did it, but there used to be like a little mini version they held in Florida. But I didn't find out about that till it was too late. Yeah, unfortunately, now on this little pyro journey, I'm pretty much solo now. And after the homie died and the other homie moved away, it's just me now. But I have no plans on stopping shit. I'm trying to burn up 5 grand worth of shit on the Saturday this year, or technically next year. The 250. Sky Wars, that's another one. I want to hit Sky Wars. I want to hit Winter Blast. I don't know if they still do Winter Blast. I think that's out west. I don't know if Hales still puts on Mid South, but I want to hit that. Um, I want to hit the swap meets in Pennsylvania and Missouri. It's just shit, man. Down here in Georgia, we're pyro friendly, but nothing is near us at all. Everything is like a 10-hour drive in any direction. Oh, they got one in Texas too? Well, that makes sense. It's Texas. Nothing but open fucking land out there. Yeah, always. It never leaves the body. That's why I put that in my description of my channel. Pyro is like AIDS. Once it gets in your blood, you got that shit for life. Yeah, Sky Wars is Midwestern. I think Winter Blast is like Southwestern. Hell, I want to hit Moapo when all them Cali boys go out there and go fucking ham. When they throw them down finales so fucking big, it's really stupid because you can't see nothing. But still, to be there and listen to that shit going off, I wouldn't even record nothing. I just want to go. I just want to be a part of it. And then I think it's called Mid South. I can't remember. Um, the one Hales was putting on. And they may not even do that anymore. Yeah, we don't have no pyro club yet. I know there's a 1-3 pyro club in Georgia, but it doesn't advertise, and it's just old dudes with money and access to land, and it's not anything you could broadcast on YouTube. But other than that, we don't have shit. There's no Fucking the closest thing is Carolina Pyros, and that shit's always iffy. I get so much different feedback from that. I'm not about to drive 4 hours to buy shit from American Wholesale Fireworks. I can order that shit online and get it sent to the house. Oh, a few friends of mine, one being the owner of Pyland, doing a headliner tomorrow night. Nice. So you got something to do tomorrow night, fireworks related. I thought about shooting, but they're saying it's gonna rain tomorrow night. And to be honest, I just worked my ass off for 2 weeks. I think I'm gonna get some pussy tomorrow. Fireworks would be nice, and fireworks and pussy would be real nice. But if I could only do one, I gotta go with the pussy. But I do have orders and shit. I want to push through. I just gotta get these big ass bills out of the way. One I think is like 6,500. I gotta get that paid, and a couple other. I think another bill's like 1,800. Get all that cleared out of the way, and then get my discount fireworks order in. I think it's going to be major shortages this year. And I don't think it's going to be major shortages because the shortages of the product. I think it's going to be major shortages because everybody's buying the shit up. It's going to be like, what is it, 2019 COVID, where everybody's at home because it's on a Saturday and it's 250 and everybody wants to go fucking ham and everybody's got $1,200 to blow instead of the normal 350, 500. Oh shit, y'all gonna be knocking off 16s or 12s? Fuck, that's gotta be crazy. Especially if you can be like within 100 feet of that fucking thing going off. Every pyro owes it to themselves to see 16s go off before they're completely fucking gone. Yeah, I mean, hell, if I don't make no order, I got between what I got at the house and I got it in storage, I could just go ham on that shit. But you know how it is. You always want the new shit, and with this pro line shit taking over, I really, really want to get deep into that. I'd love to do like a 10-minute pro line show where it's just a bunch of damn pro line shit connected, and I just light one damn fuse, lay back and watch it go off. 10 minutes, boom. Especially since we don't really know what. I just think in the coming years that somebody's gonna do something with this pro line shit. They're gonna try to go after it some kind of way. Make some kind of bullshit license or some dumb shit. Make it harder to get. Mass detonation. Yeah, that's what I think. Grab it now, especially if it's got salutes in it. I know right now that the ATF is kind of taking a hands-off approach to it. Um, but now I'm hearing Phantom and TNT are doing some kind of petition to heavily regulate 1.4 Pro line because they don't offer it. And you know when those two big fuckers get involved, everything changes. Yeah, it's gonna be quick connects, or it's gonna be something, some kind of way. Oh, you shouldn't be able to connect 12 cakes together. Like what the fuck? You could sell me 20 different 4 ones that are all the same, but they have connects, and I can just connect them and build my own show. Then how is that any different than if I bought 10 different 4 1 or 1 4s? It's not, but that's the common denominator. It's going to be the quick connects, and it's going to be the fucking damn no regulations on the metals and no regulations on the salutes. Not supposed to have salutes in consumer fireworks. And 1.4 Pro is still consumer fireworks. And I saw that thing. I think Ohio Hobbies guy put up the video on the Phantom going after Proline, and then somebody else put up a video that TNT was siding with Phantom and um, doing a petition with retailers because they can't sell 1.4 Pro. Oh, nice. A 10 or a 12-inch tube for a fireball. That would be fucking insane. I've never seen a fireball in person. Seen a fucking Lampari in person. Uh-oh. If YouTube fucking with me and said I'm no longer live, then it said I'm live. Yeah, I've never seen a Lampari and I've never seen a fireball in person. And I don't have no desire to do fireballs here. Obviously, trees. I'm surprised the live stream didn't get hit tonight. We kind of got deep on a few subjects. Since we in the pyro mood now, and we can keep it going that route. Yeah, I would love to see a who is it that sells the fireball tube? Oh, it's American Wholesale Fireworks. They sell ready-made fireball tubes now, or mortars. I thought about buying one, but I cannot set that tree on fire. It will not be able to put it out. That'll be the end of my channel. Once my insurance company gets involved, I'm fucked. Ooh, I gotta make that payment tomorrow. Homeowners insurance. Well, we still got 7 people in the house. That's cool. It's been most of the same folks. Definitely appreciate Pyro Binks. He was usually like the first dude to hit the live stream tonight. I'm not killing, I'm just saying, throwing shout outs. Hillbilly, he was in the house. It says this year is going to be wild. Apparently Disney came out to put on a segment. Yeah. Not a big fan of Disney. Their fireworks are cool though, but the company is trash. That's a propaganda channel. They're trying to tell you little boys it's okay to be girls. Yeah, most definitely, bro. That's why you got the wrench. I think we only had 3 wrenches in the house. That's weird. But we didn't get hit up tonight. That's crazy. We did not get spammed tonight. There'll be 6 10s and 4 12s in the show among a bunch of eights. Damn, that sounds like a bass show to me. 6 10s and 4 12s. That's what we run in our trunks. Actually, it's more like 6 12s and 4 15s, but I get what you mean. Actually, high range Mike. Now that I think about it, I was following him on Instagram, and he was following me on Instagram before they murdered my channel. That's gonna be crazy. Fucking 10s and 12s. God. Like I said, every pyro owes it to himself to be within 100 feet of a fucking big shell, an 8, a 10, a 12, definitely a 16 going off. That concussion alone of that fucking thing leaving the tube is worth it. I mean, even most of our pro shows here don't do any kind of big shells like that. You're not, you're lucky if you get if you're lucky if you even get sixes. Oh wait a minute, y'all might be talking about fireballs. Even still, that'd be cool. Fucking 10, 12 inch fireball, that'd be awesome. I would pay to see some shit like that. Nice. Somebody, you're gonna do a video on this, right? Hold on. I gotta. Boom. Hopefully that shows up. I don't know that it will, but I hope it shows up because actually he has been a long time follower, so I had to throw him a tool, shells, and fireballs. God damn, man, y'all are lucky, man. We don't have none of that type of shit down here. None of that. And all the pro shows that are gonna go off in the state of Georgia on Saturday, the 250th, there's probably less than 20 fucking 10-inch shells across the entire state. Yeah, I'm thinking about that myself. Getting into the choice shit. It's all gonna come down to what all new shit I can get, and then I'm just there's a bunch of things I've been looking at that I was like, man, I just want to shoot that. Yeah, me and somebody was talking about the reservation today. Oh, the chef where I work. He was talking about his trip out to Los Angeles like 10, 15 years ago and all the crazy shit he saw and going to the res. And I was like, yeah, that's Moapa. And he was like, Moapa? What? He was trying to remember the name. And I was like, yeah, go home and YouTube it. Ain't no reservation down here. Ain't nothing but. I mean, you do got farmers and shit that'll let you bust off on their land, but you got to bring your own shit. Our retailers suck. Everything sucks. And that's crazy. We in the South. I can literally own a machine gun, but I can't go buy fucking 8-inch shells. Yeah, I hope you get some good video, man. That's definitely something I want to check out. Now I want to see this show. So when I look at the shows, I put it on my 70-inch TV, and then I crank the volume all the way up. But I have it tuned. I actually have a setting for fireworks shows. And then I got the full surround sound and everything attached, so it's almost like being there, but not quite, obviously. Yeah, it seems like most of the community has just been quiet lately. Ain't nothing really coming out. I know it's off season. I go quiet in the off season myself. Go to bed. Why would I go to bed? I, s- I stay up. I work late, so I never, rarely am I in the bed when the sun is up or down. I sleep when the sun is up. Oh, Midwestern, he's got to get to bed. He's got to, oh, he got to be up in 5 hours. Yeah, you got to get into bed, bro. Hopefully you can fall right to sleep. Because 5 hours, it's going to be like close your eyes and it's time to wake up. Yeah, I love watching shows on the big screen. I got the OLED and the surround sound and shit. Then I added my own subs and everything to it. So one day I'll do a video on my little system. It's better than just watching on, a phone in your hand, which never does really good shows justice. Yeah, if I ever hit the lottery, man, I gotta come out y'all way. I'd love to get in an area where they have this kind of shit going off and this kind of access. I want to do like a pyro tour bucket list where I go hit Winter Blast and Star Wars and or Sky Wars and PGI, fucking NFA and all the big shit, Moapa after parties and all that shit. I want to hit all that shit. Just buy a fucking Sprinter and drive. Yeah, that's my other hobby. I actually thought about doing a YouTube channel, a whole nother channel, in case this one gets taken down, just on my knowledge. Because I've been in the sub community since, or base community since the 90s. So I know all about that wiring down to 1 ohm and dual voice coils and getting the amp to play under 1 ohm and all that good shit. Tuning the box, I know about all that shit. Getting the schematics of your subwoofer and building the box to that particular sub, what you want it to play at, like as far as 28 hertz to 32 hertz or 32 to 40 and all that good shit. Yeah, I would definitely buy an RV. I would need an RV and I would need like a trailer, but I need a certain type of RV that would allow me to pull a trailer. Because when I hit certain events, I'm buying. I'm not just there to watch. I am a customer. Go do um, PGI and buy like 10 grand worth of shit, and go to these swap meets and buy like, because I love old vintage shit now too. And every year just redo it. It might have been a bucket list that one year, but the next year just redo it, redo everything again. And if I hit the lottery, shit, I could go to these demos like what's that dude in Indiana? Direct from China. I wouldn't give a shit that his prices have no Vaseline. I'm there to get the demo, watch everything, and then buy like 30 grand worth of shit. Yeah, I actually bought a cabinet. Um, I gotta fix it. It's not brand new. It's an old cabinet. It's gotta be cleaned up real good. But the plan is to turn it into like where I can put all my vintage stuff is kind of small. I don't have a massive collection, but I want to display it. I want to display it right there in my living room. Yeah, you know that. Unfortunately, dude don't even spit on it, but his prices are the prices. But you can't argue with the access. You got every damn fucking thing. Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with Mark a lot. It's just the prices. Other than that, I mean, he's a super cool ass dude. I understand there's overhead and everything involved. This ain't no free hobby for nobody. Yeah, he got a wealth of knowledge, man, because he knows a lot of the old school people that aren't here anymore. They're gone, and he can tell you all kinds of stories about like what was dude's name, Larry Lomax and shit. He can tell you all kinds of stories. They can be verified. Yeah, but for me, it's the shipping. I have to wait on my shit to be delivered and just a lot of other shit. Right now with the funds, it's more so just jump on fuck with Waylon. Waylon is my number one dude right now. But I've been telling Mark, yo, you need to start a fucking YouTube channel, but do it in a way that's gonna, grow your store. I didn't mean like just put everything on blast, but now he's got a YouTube channel. I was telling him this shit like 4 years ago. Yo, you need a YouTube channel. Start putting this shit on YouTube. Everybody's coming to your demos and stealing your demos and putting the videos up. Do it yourself. I think Mark is like a super Christian though. I know he was involved in some other dirty shit, but I mean it's the fireworks industry. Show me one that ain't involved in dirty shit, and I'll show you somebody that just got in the game. He definitely looks like he's done a line or two back in the day. Looks like one of them old school dudes. Snorted a line off some titties, some fake titties or some blonde with poofy hair. Yeah, it's like that cowboy hat is fucking sewn onto his head. Well, I guess that's not really a cowboy hat. That ain't no 10-gallon or nothing. That's just his style. Hey man, if you haven't snorted a line off some fake silicone titties, I say not. You gotta do it at least once in life. This message was approved by the home of unusual fireworks. Shout out Mark, man. I like Mark. He's cool. No disrespect to him. He's a cool dude. I respect his hustle. Hell, I even respect the crooked motherfuckers that charge you $600 for a fucking 200 shot cake. There's a couple of those as well. But it's a grind. It's a hustle, man. Shit. Can you blame him if some idiot out of fucking Virginia is gonna pay for it? Man, this dude goes on tours of the country with a, well, I don't want to say too much, but if you got to order, he's bringing it to you. It's a part of that tour. Ain't gonna put the man business out there like that, even though he does it himself. Puts it all over Facebook. I don't know too many fucking retailers gonna drop shit off at your house. Yeah, everything's a racket, bro. Up, go kitty coming home. One of them anyway. I got a few of them live outside. Yeah, everything's a racket nowadays. It don't matter what it is. The only thing is it a racket if you had fun while you was doing it? And you didn't hurt nobody to get it. You know, you honestly earned your money and you honestly paid your money. It's not like drugs or anything. Could be worse. We could all be blowing 3 to 10 grand on fucking cocaine, getting high doing dumb shit. Hell, we could all be breaking in houses to get the money up to buy the shit. You know, fireworks really are like drugs. If you're a pyro, they are drugs. Because every fucking paycheck, I'm thinking, damn, how much can I pull aside? I need to, you know, I got this much coming in. I need to put this much aside. I got like 8 paychecks before I need to get this order through. So I need to divide up like this much out of every paycheck. It's like fucking drugs. And I don't mean weed, I mean like drugs. Like July 4th, like 8 months. If I get my order in early enough and I get my money up, yo, 4 grand, I'm not even gonna miss it. I'm gonna be super glad I bought it when on the 4th of July. Do I really need a steak dinner on Friday night, or can I just eat a peanut butter and jelly and kick that extra 20 over to the fireworks stash? Do me and my bitch need to go to Roof Crisp, or can we hit Red Lobster and fucking split an entree? Get two fucking damn appetizers, and then that'll leave me like $20. I can kick over to the fireworks stash. Yeah, part of the thing for me back in the day was the hunt. Finding it. I mean, when you have access. Now, I'm just not talking about popping into random stores because we don't have that down here. But getting the access and getting it early. If I'm shooting it on the 4th, then I got it in March, so I could like look at it and that type of shit all the way up to. I like to build the wall right smack dab in the middle of the fucking living room, and I like to stare at it for like 2 or 3 months before the 4th comes. Then I'm all depressed on July the 5th because the wall's gone. And then it's all right. What's next? Randy Matthews, what is good, my dude? He's out of Pennsylvania, so he has super good access too. Yeah, you kind of missed the political shit. We went pyro now. You have to like chime in early. I would advise rewatching the live stream if I put it back up if you really want to gain some knowledge because I put it out there. Yeah, man, you gotta build the wall. I feel sorry for these dudes that are married to females that just ain't gonna let them do it, or they got fucking kids they can't trust around it. Can't do it then. But if you have the ability to build the wall and leave it up, oh hell yeah, ain't nothing like that shit. Oh, for sure, Randy. I already know, bro. You're up there in fucking Pennsylvania, man. Pennsylvania, Missouri. Y'all motherfuckers access trumps ours. Yeah, I think I broke my damn foot. Mm. Oh shit, this motherfucker is killing me. Goddamn loaded pickle jar fell out of the fucking refrigerator and hit me right on the foot 2 days ago. I ain't been able to walk. Oh, kitty. We still got 6 going in here for a random ass political stream. Oh, there you go. That's a good female. It could always be worse, man. You could, Jesus, I got hobbies that blow fucking pyro out of the water. Stereo, that is, if you want to go bass, the only difference is fireworks, there's nothing left. But the amps I need are $2,500. The speakers I need are $900 to $1,300 a piece. The alternator I need $650. The wiring to wire everything up gonna be $300. Guns, Jesus, there's like 40 grand in guns I want. There's so many worse hobbies. 4 grand on fireworks. That's not really that big a deal. Yeah, yeah, I'm still bumping the Acura. I need to change the back brakes and do an oil change. But I'm not even gonna fuck with that this weekend. Every man needs a couple of hobbies, but one main hobby. For me, it is fireworks, and then a handful of other things. It could always be worse, man. You could be blowing all your money on fucking drugs and hookers. Hookers and cocaine. How many dudes blew half the salary they made on hookers and cocaine, and they ain't got no lights? The water don't work when you turn the faucet on, and ain't no food in the refrigerator. Or they blew all their money on fucking, what are these fucking simps out here blowing 30, 40 grand on some stupid ass OnlyFans bitch? You didn't even get a hand job off this hoe and you even gave her 30 grand? Come on, man. I'd rather just blow that on one ones. Give me some one ones and pro lines, and I'm good. I don't need to sub out hand jobs and get those for free. Fish tanks, my, bruh, I don't even want to get into how expensive those are. My 125 that I got in the garage that I got to get set up. No, that's a 155, excuse me. That's going to, that normally would be, just the tank alone is like 1600 bucks because it's acrylic. Then you need a stand, that's another 600-700 bucks. Then you need all the equipment, the fish. I got too many fucking hobbies. I need to start robbing motherfuckers. I need to become a politician. And I can legally rob them. I'm gonna get back into that at some point. That is the plan. At some point, it's just when you work 8 to 16 hours a day, it's just really, really hard. I shut all my tanks down um, because I was working. Actually, I was working 10 to 20 hours a day, and that was 6 days a week. I only had one day off. That shit was crazy. I damn near put myself in the hospital doing that. Yeah, I need to start robbing. I need to become a politician. If you want to get rich, that's the quickest way. Give me your vote. I will look out for you when I get in office. And then when them boys come around, I'm gonna take their millions and go their route and fuck your vote. Yeah, I have no desire to see the inside of a prison cell. I'm not built for prison. They come to get me for some shit like that, then I'm fucked. It's over with. It's what do they call that shit? Death by cop. Let's say that. I can't use the S word. Death by cop, because I am not about to do no 10-year bid. I'm not built for that. Yeah, then you're owned. But hey, everything you want. At least then I might have fucking 10 grand worth of shit in my garage to shoot off on the 4th. So all my constituents think I'm American. I'm shooting off fireworks on the 4th of July. I'm American. Vote for me. Yeah, work hard, play hard. That's how I look at it. As long as your bills are paid, your family's fed, nobody's lacking, and you ain't doing no dumb shit other than fireworks, blow your money where you want to, man. I know folks got wives, and that's a lot harder. Kind of harder to convince the missus that you want to blow like 2 house payments on on what you're going to shoot on the 4th. They don't usually like that. Yeah, I'm not built for prison. I've done jail time, but I ain't no. I can't do no prison time. Yeah, as long as you can stare yourself in the mirror and know you didn't fuck nobody over, you didn't sell your soul, then you're good. Your family ate. They went to sleep with a full belly. The refrigerator ain't fucking empty. The lights are on. We ain't on public transportation. The bank account don't say fucking $700. That's my biggest thing. Is that bank account. I want to see that shit grow. Oh, for sure, for sure. You can always run jumper wires. That's crazy. You're an electrician. I came home the other night and half my fucking house was out. I'm like, yo, I know the bill is due, but how did they turn out half the house? Like literally half the house was in the dark. But it wasn't even the bill. It was my what is it? My 240 had blowed out on the transformer. I'm like, damn, but I went ahead and paid the damn bill, but they came the next morning and fixed it. That that I'm like, damn, how the hell did they do that? Yeah, I lost the leg. I lost the. He said it was the 220 side went out, which is crazy because everything 220 worked except the fridge. The fridge was out, but half the house was out. I could still run the washer and dryer. I just didn't have no lights in the garage to see what the fuck I was doing because that was on the back half of the house. The front half of the house had power. Back half of the house had no power. They came out the next morning. Georgia Power is super cool, man. It was an old ass white dude too. But I literally have no bills. I don't owe anybody shit right now. All my bills are paid. I already got the stuff to do the brake pads. I'm just not gonna do it tomorrow. We'll do it next day off. That's why I ain't gotten rid of the Acura. Is I know how to do all the work on it. Hell, if I needed to, I could snatch the motor up out of there, and drop another one in. That's like the last version of anything accurate you can do that to. Everything else now is garbage. Everything. Toyota, all that trash. Oh, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Yep. And you know what? If I could go back in time, I would have told myself. If I could go back in time right now and talk to myself coming out of high school, I would have said, yo, you need to become a lineman. The shortages in that field are going to make you a lot of money later on. That's something a lot of people don't realize. There is going to be major, major fucking shortages of linemen in the future because they're all old dudes and they're retiring out. There's nobody taking over. Yeah, we get y'all's commercials. The IB, the international, the Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. We there's commercials that pop up down here for that, trying to get people to take interest in it. Yeah, but I'm familiar with. I could go be a plumber. I'm not certified, but I've done like 14 years working with a certified plumber. He taught me everything. I don't call a plumber for nothing. Carpentry, I'm super good at. Uh, I have a bunch of electrical, but most of it, if it's in the house, I'd rather just go ahead and call somebody. Fuck it. I don't need to burn down my house. But I can get by if I needed to. But go get one of these purple headed motherfuckers and see can they do anything I can do. They can't. I'm a mechanic. I can work on cars. I know about fuel, fire, and compression. Um, I know how to rebuild carburetors, redo brakes, fucking rebuild old transmissions, all that shit. That was all taught to us. I know about top dead center, all that shit. These motherfuckers don't know about none of this shit. They are so screwed. They can't even change a fucking tire. Yeah, my generation is like the last generation that knows anything about using your fucking hands other than to dial in somebody to come fix it. In 15 years, watch. Home Depot's gonna go bankrupt because they're not gonna sell shit. Who's gonna buy a circular saw? They don't know how to use it. Who's gonna buy a fucking? They don't even know what a jigsaw is. They don't even know what a fucking any of the shit Home Depot sells. So Home Depot's gonna go bankrupt. Yeah, I've showed so many friends how easy it is to just change brakes on older stuff. Newer shit is a whole different thing, but I learned on changing shit on Chevrolets and old cutlasses and shit, and it translated over to the Acuras. Yeah, definitely, man. Teach this generation because you're gonna give them such a huge leg up that is not being taught. Hell, this generation don't even know how to zero a rifle. That's how I know that motherfucker didn't pull that shot off. He don't even know how to zero a rifle. They don't know nothing about groupings. They don't know none of this shit. We are so fucking screwed. To think our grandparents, four of our grandparents could get together and build an entire house, and that house would last for 50 years easy with the knowledge they had. Whatever one grandparent was lacking, the other one had it. Now, that's gone. That generation is gone, and the generation behind them didn't want to learn it. AI is gonna. That's what scares me. AI is gonna so change the game. It's gonna. AI is gonna put all these people that don't use their hands. It's gonna put them out of work. It's gonna put lawyers, doctors, LPNs, judges. It's gonna put all of them out of work. They're the ones that are screwed with the next wave of AI. AI isn't gonna teach little Johnny how to fucking, you know, snake his well, it might teach him how to snake a drain, but it ain't gonna. He ain't gonna know how to work a fucking damn snake he's going to rent from Home Depot. He ain't gonna know how to actually use it. Little handheld crank unit he might can get away with, but the big unit, no, he's gonna fuck something up. Yo, I shit you not. We literally snaked a $3 million mansion from the roof. Nobody else could get this fucking house undone, and the dude I worked with had been a plumber for like 30 something years, and we snaked that damn house off the fucking vent line. Because he said it's something to do. There's got to be another way to get into it. And he did that shit off the fucking vent line. We took that snake up to that roof and we snaked, and it worked. He was dead ass right. It took an hour and a half, but he was right. He got it. And I'm like, damn, if I'd had a YouTube video channel then, snaking a fucking house off the roof. Yeah, when I was learning how to use the big snakes, the big 75 footers, that shit happened to me too. You gotta know how to feed it. You gotta know how to damn. You gotta know when you can feel when you're hitting the clog. You gotta know if it's roots. Do you have the right head on it? Do you got a spade? Do you need to cut it up? These motherfuckers don't know. All they know is called fucking Roto-Rooter. Roto-Rooter could literally add $1,000 to all their fucking repairs and make a killing because nobody's gonna know how to do it themselves. Appreciate your high range, Mike. Appreciate you hitting the live stream tonight. You was one of the first three in the house. You and Pyro Binks, Hillbilly. Oh, I hit you with the wrench. I'm actually surprised the phone stayed live this long. My battery been acting crazy lately. I still don't know what this purple crown with the number sign behind it. I don't know what the fuck that is. But we actually went live 2 hours and 40 minutes, 2 hours and 38 minutes. I may start going live every other Friday again or Saturday. I don't know. Just talk random ass bullshit. Your uncle is a master plumber. Worked for Roto-Rooter for a bit, but quit. He didn't like how they did things. I know, I don't blame it, man. Guys that know how to do shit, it's just always best they do their own shit. That's the guy I worked for. He just started his own random ass company, and I swear 90% of the shit we worked on was $1 million houses. And then he taught me how to do tile. He taught me how to do carpentry. Cause I didn't have a dad, so the shit he taught me, I will carry for the rest of my life. But that plumbing shit, I don't. I know about the glue. I know about the cleaner. I know about all that shit. I know anything that change out and couplers, shark bites. I know all that shit, man. I know about PEX pipe. Bull. I think that's no. I got. Damn. What's that other one? But my grandfather was like that. He was like a jack of all trades. Just by the time I wanted to learn the shit, he was getting ready to go out. Oh shit, we didn't use a lot of shark bites now. What are you connecting it to? Are you using damn? Ugh. I mean, yeah, if it's copper, then I'd prefer to solder the shit in, but which my house is all copper. Um, Damn, I'm trying to think what my water line is because they're saying I need to change it. I don't have no leaks. I forgot what that shit is called. Damn, it's not PEX. No, it's not C. It's not. Damn, it's metal, and I can't think of the name of it. Hell yeah! Unfortunately, this we lost so much coming off those old generations. Galvanized, that's what it is. I got fucking galvanized water line, and they're saying, oh, the lead content might be high, and they want to dig up a quarter of my yard that's on their side and change out their piece, and then it's on me to change the rest. They don't want to do the water line warranty shit anymore with the county. The county's saying, yo, you need to change your shit out. Most of the time when we did water lines, because I've helped do so many of those, it's not even crazy. We um we just went to PVC, but I'll spend the money. I'll go ahead and get the copper. It goes from the meter. What the fuck? Why is it smoky? But from the meter to the house, it's galvanized. From the cutoff inside, it's all copper. My whole house is copper. I don't have a water pressure issue or anything. It's the county hollering that bullshit that they want to come dig up everybody's. Our neighborhood was a galvanized neighborhood, and they want to dig up everything from the meter to where they're no longer responsible. Oh, my house was built in '66. My neighborhood was put in '63. It was a farm before. But all the neighborhoods around me that got put in the '70s and '80s and '90s are all PECs. And pretty much 95% of the water lines I helped my homie do, who passed away, we just did. Nobody ever wanted to spend for the copper, so we just did the PPC. And you got to remember in Georgia, we don't freeze like that, so you only really got to go like 2 inches below the length of the spade on a shovel to be within the frost zone. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying that I guess whatever manufacturer or whatever put this shit in got flagged as it had lead in the pipe, and they don't want to be responsible for it going forward. Was part of Georgia got in trouble using some type of pipe that the school systems were being fed off of, and it was reading lead. So they did this massive change to all them, and I guess we fill in that category. So in the next 2 years, I gotta dig it. I'll just dig the shit up myself. My problem is I got a lot of bushes in my yard, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do that dig. It's only about 75, 80 feet from where they would be um, doing their little cutoff going forward to the house, but I might have to go around bushes or something. I might get creative on how I run that shit. 'Cause I can't dig up those bushes, they're too big. But like I said, I got a friend, he just paid 2 grand to have his. Um, there's the YouTube thing letting me know. Battery getting low. He paid 2 grand to have his water line changed out. And I'm like, dude, why you didn't fucking tell me? He didn't have no water pressure. He paid a plumbing company to come in and swipe his shit out. It was $2,200, and they went with fucking PVC. I said, had you told me, goddamn, we could have did it. We could have did it for like $600, minus what a couple $100 you're gonna pay me. Yeah, and I think the same shit was in Atlanta City schools and DeKalb County schools. And because those schools were built around the same time my neighborhood got put in, we got flagged. So they said at some point they just gave me a new street. Um, they're gonna come through. They don't know when, and they're gonna dig up everybody's. So their meter is like parallel to that mailbox. It's right where that mailbox is. They're gonna dig up from there to like there, and then reconnect everything. But you'll be on your own from that point forward. As it stands, we're warranted almost up to the house through the county. If you pay the little warranty bullshit, they're no longer gonna cover all that. They want you to pay the rest, get it done yourself. They're not gonna do all that, and then you can pick back up on the warranty. But also at the same time, there's hollering that, oh, you got lead in your shit, but nobody I know on my street in my neighborhood has water pressure issues. But they're saying if you do, that's lead in your water. But all my drinking water is filtered anyway, so in a way, I really don't give a shit. Yeah, no shit. That's what I said. And he didn't have no bushes to dig around. He had one sidewalk they had to tunnel under, but they make tunnel bars for that. Um, but the guy didn't just run it to the house. He ran it all the way in and up to the not to the water tank. He ran it. He gave him a new cutoff and everything. He ran it from the meter up. I was like, dude, why you didn't fucking say something? We could. He had a simple yard, but that's the thing. You know, when you don't know what it is, you think it's a major fucking problem, and you think it's just like roofers. You know, you got a leak in the roof. You think it's going to be they tell you it's going to be a 4 grand fix, but had you been a roofer, you knew you could have fixed it for $350. You know what's crazy? We did a tunnel bar on a sidewalk on a big ass house one time, and I shit you not, they had a fucking damn boulder up under the goddamn sidewalk where we had already tunneled up to, and it took more than a fucking day to beat that goddamn tunnel bar through there. We'd already dug the hole, the trench, everything. Everything was dug out. It just so happened we chose a spot that had a goddamn fucking boulder up under the fucking sidewalk. And we had to beat our way through it. It was that or dig another trench. And of course, when we said, oh, let's just beat a hole through the rock, we didn't know it was going to be a fucking boulder. We just thought maybe it'd be a rock. In the end, we was all like, damn, we should have just dug another fucking trench. Or at least change the trajectory of the trench. But I will say one thing though. In Georgia, you're very, very fortunate. It's not like Pennsylvania. We ain't got to go multiple feet down to get our trenches in. We don't experience the type of winters y'all got to deal with. Damn, that's fucking crazy. Fell off a ladder, broke both legs, hip, and hands. Had surgery today. That fucking sucks. I hope he was on the job when he did it and he's got insurance. That's my biggest fear when I'm up on my roof doing something is falling off. That's crazy. That's why when you always see those funny shorts where somebody falls off a ladder or some shit, I mean, I laugh too, like everybody else, but at the same time, I'm thinking, oh shit, did that person just fucking get hurt? Because a fall off a ladder usually means something got broke, especially if it's a fat person or an old person, God forbid. Yeah, on some of the crazy shit where people doing stunts and stuff, and I know the whole purpose of the video is they're gonna get hurt. I just can't watch it anymore. I'm not 18. I know major damages are coming off some idiot that's gonna try to do a bike jump off his roof or some shit and land on a ramp. Damn, the battery's saying 10%. Oh shit. I guess the stream is probably gonna die off soon. If the stream dies off, that's battery died, folks. It's only the OGs in here now. It's like all wrenches now. I definitely appreciate Pyro Binks hitting up. I want to make sure I give all the flowers out. Um, Pyro Binks, he was here from like the minute the stream went live. Randy Matthews kicked in. Yeah, I've been super fortunate. All my stupid ass fails just didn't result in broken bones. Other than I got something going on in my foot. That fucking loaded pickle jar fell out of the refrigerator, and I could barely fucking walk. God damn, getting through my shift today was hell. Well, I'll heal up fast. No worries. That motherfucker landed right on my goddamn foot. That was Wednesday. The foot was straight. Thursday. Today, no sir, buddy. I can bear. When I go to take my shoe off, it's gonna be pain. I don't. I promise you, I will not be able to put my shoe back on. I'm off the weekend, so I ain't tripping. 2 days. I'll deal with that shit Monday. Hell, the world could end Sunday. Aliens could invade Sunday night. Hell, if I had to run right now for my life, I'd be screwed. Part of the reason why I got the pistol out here with me. I could not do it if I had. Damn, all the smoke disappeared. Weird. I don't know where all that smoke came from. I guess I'm gonna grab the pistol and get my ass in the house. Shit, I sure appreciate everybody showing up tonight, man. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this stream up. Fuck it. So it'll go public. I'm not even gonna privatize it or erase it or nothing because we didn't really get to it. I don't think we said any words that we weren't supposed to say. Yeah, I can't say that. I'm gonna have to say something else. I can't say the pickle jar fell out of the fucking refrigerator and landed on my foot. I'm gonna have to say my bitch fucking ran my foot over or some shit. That's not gonna go over in the big house. Or hell, even at work when I'm limping. I was limping all day today. About halfway into the shift, the pain just kicked in major and it just would not go away. It got worse and worse and worse to the point where I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna pass out. We got an issue going on here." That pickle jar did some damage. Well, I got the weekend off, so we'll do what we can to heal up. I'll get the bitch to look at it tomorrow night. Let her wrap it up or some shit. She's a nurse, so you already know what she's gonna say. You need to go to the hospital. How am I gonna go to the hospital and the shit happening at the house? Yeah, but the beauty of that is that they heal up fast. I've broken my foot before, actually. Lots of and cartilage and shit, but